Hi everyone, my name is Allison Cruiser and I work on the Patient Affairs team at Sarepta Therapeutics. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today. Before I begin, I'd like to share this message from Doug Ingram, President and CEO of Sarepta Therapeutics.
Hi. For those of you who I have not yet met, I am Doug Ingram. I am the CEO of Sarepta Therapeutics. I know this is a stressful time for you and for your family, and it can be even more stressful when the social distancing rules that we are all abiding by right now reduce our ability to interact and reduce personal connection and make it all that much more challenging. My goal here is to speak directly to patients and families living with one of the rare diseases that we serve, either with our approved therapies or one of the many RNA or gene therapies that we are advancing through research and development. I'm speaking here to patients and families living with Duchenne muscular dystrophy or Becker muscular dystrophy, to those living with one of the various limb-girdle muscular dystrophies that we serve, to those living with Sanfilippo disease or Charcot-Marie-Tooth disease or one of the other numerous rare diseases that our scientists and other professionals are committed to addressing. First, and I hope you already are aware of this and that we've made this clear, Sarepta has a single-minded mission, and that mission is to improve and extend the lives of patients with rare disease, and to do it both with speed and with purpose. And in this regard, I can do no better than paraphrase our mission statement, which is that armed with the most advanced science in genetic medicine, we are in a daily race to rescue lives otherwise stolen by rare disease. But at the same time, we are in the midst of a pandemic right now, and that causes significant obstacles for all of us. But our point here is this: the diseases that we fight do not take time off for this pandemic. And so we will not take time off for this pandemic. The diseases that we fight are unrelenting, and so we are unrelenting. We have, no doubt, adapted to this pandemic to keep our workers safe and to keep you safe. But our mission continues. A small number must be in one of our numerous facilities to conduct crucial experiments and run labs, and we're working to ensure that they are safe and comfortable as they do this. The rest of us are working from home. I am working from home. This is my home office and desk here. But we are working as intensely as ever, albeit remotely. And it is working. We are moving our mission forward, and we are advancing our programs. With respect to our clinical programs, it's important that we keep them all moving and on track. But as many of you know, because many of you are directly experiencing it, this pandemic is causing complications and obstacles and uncertainties, and for many of you, concerns. There are, as one example, challenges at facilities that have resulted in things like delayed visits and the like. We are adapting to these challenges not merely by addressing the problems as they arise, but by thinking creatively about ways to reduce the burden of trials to keep them intact and on schedule. So right now we're exploring many things: telehealth, home visits, and other ways to reduce burden and stress in this difficult time. And as someone once said, we shouldn't let a good crisis go to waste. We will take the learnings from these efforts, and when this crisis is over, our patients will continue to benefit from the efforts we're making now to reduce unnecessary burden and unnecessary complication. At the same time, we must continue to serve the patients that are on our approved therapies, and we are doing that. We have 2 approved therapies right now that serve subpopulations of the Duchenne muscular dystrophy community. We continue to manufacture, we continue to have inventory, and we have a very robust, intact supply chain, and we are able to fully serve the community without interruption. We're also very focused on ensuring that our patients are safe. For those patients on approved therapy or any patient in clinical trials who are receiving home infusions, the nurses who visit are instructed to take exceptional precautions to protect you and your family. Every home infusion service that works with our therapies or in any of our other clinical trials have written protocols in place that specify the precautions to be taken, including that all nurses must wear personal protective equipment. But nevertheless, with all of these precautions, you may still encounter challenges during this crisis. Perhaps you're unsure if your clinical trial appointment is going forward. Perhaps you have concerns about home infusions or hospital-based infusions, or one of the many other concerns that might arise during this crisis that I'm not even currently aware of. You do not need to solve these issues alone. For medical questions, certainly your healthcare provider is there for you. For any technical or administrative issue or concern that you're having, we are here for you. We have a dedicated team of case managers and a clinical operations team who are putting their heart and soul into addressing and solving your issues right now. So if a concern arises, a question arises, an obstacle is thrown in front of you, do not feel that you have to solve it alone or give in to that obstacle. You can immediately reach out to us. If you're a U.S. patient on therapy or you're contemplating it, you can contact Sarepta Assist. That's 1-888-727-3782. If you're in a Sarepta clinical trial or contemplating one, you can contact our clinical operations team at 1-800-690-2003 or send them an email at clinicaltrials@sarepta.com. And if you have any other questions, we have a patient advocacy group there for you, and you can reach out to them at advocacy@sarepta.com. These are challenging times for sure, and for some they are frightening times. But Sarepta is on mission, we are driving forward, and together we're going to get past all of this, and we are going to advance our therapies, and we are going to maintain our aspiration of bringing a better life to patients and the patient community that we serve. In the meantime, please be safe, and if there's anything you need or any questions you need answered or any assistance you need, please reach out to us. Thank you.
As Doug said, we are incredibly committed to supporting the community at this time, and we are sending well wishes to all of the families who are listening to this webinar. Please take a moment to review our slide on the webcast, which contains our forward-looking statements. At Sarepta, the patient affairs team works with patient advocacy groups and families in our community. We are available if you would like to connect, and if you have questions or concerns, you can reach our team by email at advocacy@sarepta.com. Sarepta has a COVID-19 resources page for patients and families. The link is on the slide on the webcast. We additionally have contact information on the slide on the webcast. For questions related to approved products, please contact the Sarepta Assist team at 1-888-SAREPTA. For questions related to Sarepta clinical trials, please call 1-800-690-2003, or you can email clinicaltrials@sarepta.com. And you may also reach the patient affairs team with all other inquiries at advocacy@sarepta.com. Sarepta's goal. Our goal is to develop life-changing precision genetic medicine to treat 100% of individuals with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. We are dedicated to research and development for the Duchenne community. Sarepta has 2 approved products in the US, a deep pipeline including RNA-targeted approaches, gene therapy, and gene editing. We remain committed to research and development in Duchenne and commitment to moving forward despite challenging times during the COVID-19 pandemic. What we will represent in this presentation is what we have already articulated about timelines. There are no announcements about change coming in this presentation. Now I'll talk a little bit about our pipeline. To meet our goal of reaching 100% of Duchenne patients, we have 3 diverse approaches to Duchenne drug development: RNA-targeted therapies, gene therapy, and gene editing. We have 2 approved products using our RNA platform and a number of programs in development. In addition to our Gene Therapy Center of Excellence in Columbus, we are excited to be partnering with leading experts in the field, including Nationwide Children's Hospital, Genethon, the Institute of Myology, Duke University, and Harvard University. In addition, we are building a separate gene editing innovation center under the guidance of Dr. Charlie Gershbach of Duke University in Durham, North Carolina. This work is in preclinical stage, and in the interest of our time today, I'll be talking about our RNA and gene therapy programs in development for the potential treatment of Duchenne. Our RNA-targeted platform is focused on the science of exon skipping. I'll illustrate the goal of exon skipping on this slide. In this slide, we're showing a short piece of dystrophin using a deletion of exons 53 to 55 for illustrative purposes. So the first animation shows what happens when there is no mutation. The ribosome comes in and is able to read through the reading frame, resulting in the production of normal dystrophin protein. The second animation shows what can happen with a mutation or a change. In this example, exons 53 to 55 are deleted. The ribosome is unable to read through the reading frame, which results in either the production of an unstable protein or no protein at all. And this is what can occur in Duchenne muscular dystrophy. The third animation shows how PMO, our core exon skipping technology, is intended to work. PMO binds to the targeted exon on dystrophin, which can restore the reading frame and allow the ribosome to read through. This is intended to produce an internally truncated dystrophin protein. Our RNA platform has two programs, PMO technology and PPMO, which adds a cell-penetrating peptide to the PMO and could potentially lead to higher levels of dystrophin production and more efficient dosing for patients. Gene therapy. The goal of gene therapy is to deliver a gene or a piece of a gene to an individual. You can't give the gene directly to an individual as it's not likely to get to the right place in the cells to do its job. So this is where a vector comes in. Vectors are very good at finding and entering cells. Our approach to gene therapy involves taking a gene of interest, called the transgene, and placing it inside a vector. The job of the vector is to be able to enter cells and deliver the transgene into the nucleus so that it can do its job to make protein. There are three essential components of gene therapy. First, the vector. The vector is the delivery system for the transgene. It must deliver the transgene to target cells with minimal immune response. Second, the transgene. The transgene is designed to produce a functioning version of the protein of interest. The vector delivers the transgene to target cells. Third, the promoter. The promoter drives expression of the transgene in intended tissues. We have several ongoing clinical trials. We currently have active clinical programs for PMO, PPMO, and gene therapy. We do have one enrolling trial in the US for our PPMO platform. As you may remember, PPMO, which adds a cell-penetrating peptide to the PMO, could potentially lead to higher levels of dystrophin production and more efficient dosing for patients. The currently enrolling trial is called Momentum, NCT 04004065. It is a phase 2, two-part, multiple ascending dose study of SRP 5051 for dose determination, then dose expansion, in patients with Duchenne muscular dystrophy amenable to exon 51 skipping treatment. Regarding our gene therapy platform, I'll share some information about our SRP 9001 clinical development plan. Trial 1, which involved 4 participants, has completed dosing. Trial 2, which involves 41 participants, has completed enrollment. We hope to initiate the next trial, the commercial supply trial, in mid-2020. For resources to learn more about clinical trials, please refer to your physician and your care team, also patient advocacy groups, and clinicaltrials.gov. You can find more information on the clinical trials section of our website, sarepta.com/clinicaltrialsoverview. Our active clinical trials are also listed on clinicaltrials.gov, and you can find them by searching other terms for Sarepta. For additional questions about our clinical trials, you may reach Sarepta at 1-800-690-2003 or by email at clinicaltrials@sarepta.com. We would like to thank each member of the community and thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today. I have left the contact phone numbers on the final slide for your review. You may reach our patient advocacy team at advocacy@sarepta.com. Sarepta Assist is available for people in the US taking an approved Sarepta therapy, and the number is 1-888-SAREPTA. Please call your clinical trial site if there are circumstances regarding the study to be discussed. Additionally, the Sarepta team is committed to helping you navigate disruptions in your trial participation and can be reached at 1-800-690-2003 or by email at clinicaltrials@sarepta.com. You can find additional resources on Duchenne.com, and you can join our mailing list to get the latest updates on our progress at Duchenne.com/connect. Again, let us state, we remain committed to the Duchenne community. We will continue to update the community if information changes on our programs. We are sending best wishes to you and your family during this difficult time. Take care.